Hey, this is Mike Burns, and this is my 2009 Honda CRF230M. This is the dual sport version of the Honda CRF230L bike. It's the supermoto version of the dual sport bike. This bike was only made in 1 year in 2009. It's a nice bike. It's a pretty cool little bike, but it's a nice second or third bike. It's really low on power, but it's kind of fun. As you can see, I made a number of modifications to this bike to better suit me. The first thing that jumps out is the seat. It has a Fisher seat. This was fabricated by Fisher Saddlebags. I think they're out of Idaho. This particular seat is, I asked that it be made 2 inches taller than the stock, which is really low, and 2 inches wider, so it's a little nicer to sit on. You'll also notice the back rack on the bike. This is the OEM Honda rack, but this one has been coated with the truck bed liner in black, so it looks pretty cool on the bike. Coming down a little bit on the bike, you'll notice the tires are not the stock Supermoto tires, but these are Avon at Distanzia Supermoto tires, and these are made for about 90-10, 90 on-road, 10% off-road. I like to do a little off-roading gravel roads, so it's a nice tire to have. To show you some of my other mods, if I come around the back here, you'll see that the brake lights and the blinkers are not the stock on here. They're a little bit, they're actually much smaller, and they look much cooler than the stock. I did put a 3D power tip on the exhaust, you can see there. It gives it a decent sound. Before it sounded like a toy. It was really silent, but now it actually sounds like a motorcycle. Don't know too much about performance, but it sounds pretty cool. Coming up front, you'll see there's a tack that I put on there, which is, I like to watch the RPM, so that's nice to have. And then a few modifications. You'll notice that this bike has a crossbar. The CRF230M does not have a crossbar. This is just a bolt-on crossbar with the rental pad thrown on it. You'll notice that the mirrors are not the stock round mirrors, but these are actually mirrors from a 2013 Honda CRF250L. So it's from the newer dual sport bike, and they look pretty cool. Much sportier and much more modern than the ones that came stock. Handguards you'll see on this bike, just bought them from eBay, probably Chinese or something, but they're pretty sturdy. So I threw these on there, and they look pretty cool, and add a little protection from branches and things like that if you happen to go off-road. There's a front brake reservoir cover on there. It just kind of looks kind of cool. The red color gives the bike a nice look. Up front, you'll see the front fender is not the humongous one that comes stock with the bike, but it's a Supermoto fender. It's a little more difficult to put on than I expected it to be, because the fender ties into the headlight assembly. Some of the cables are connected to it, so it's a little bit more work than I expected. I'll show you the small kit that's on this bike. I decided to leave it on there because I just don't know what'll happen to take it off. There is an aftermarket kit which I bought, but I'm a little bit nervous about taking that off, and plus I don't know what it'll do to the resale value of the bike to take that off, so I left it on there. You can see it's a pretty cool looking bike now. I really like it now. It was fun when I bought it, but now it's got a cool look, and it sounds a lot better, and it's a lot of fun to actually ride. So again, this is my 2009 Honda CRF230M Supermoto.